Hello there. Welcome to a new session. Um, in the previous good morning. Hi. In the previous session, we were discussing about the contents of unit number 3, um, which were illness plus, in this case, grammar, which was about past perfect continuous. Today we're going to continue dealing with some more grammar. Um, in this case, thinking about the next applied grammar test in July. And so, any questions, any comments you'd like to ask me? Just do it. Your marks. I don't remember if we've talked about this before, but your marks regarding the essay should be around next week. Okay. So Ivana and I are in this case starting to work or starting in this case the corrections. So we still got a lot of papers to correct, but we're gonna be moving forward on this weekend. Okay, so I'm gonna start sharing my screen with you guys. In a As I told you, we were discussing in previous lessons about Unit 3, which is health and lifestyles, and dealing about the vocabulary on health problems, about past perfect and past perfect continuous, different uses. But today we need to talk about different thing. We're going to be dealing in this case about the use of used to, be used to, and get used to. Okay. These structures are used in different contexts, and I'm going to start explaining about used to plus infinitive. Okay, right here. We use the structure in this case, used to plus infinitive, when we talk about something that we did regularly in the past, but do not do it now. So it means that repeated actions in the past, but in this case, those actions are not done anymore. So at a certain point in the past, we stopped doing those actions, right? For example, he used to go to our school, right? Normally the interpretation is solía, ¿cierto? Ella solía, él solía, nosotros solíamos, right? We used to go to our school. She used to be overweight but became a model last year. Stuff like that, like also we use it to describe past states which are no longer true. So if we go to the left in this case, we have some examples like for repeated actions in the past. When I was a teenager, I used to go dancing every weekend. As a child, I used to dream about becoming a football player, right? This is for repeated actions in the past. And for past states, in this case, which are no longer true, he used to be blonde as a child, and I used to love chocolate. Yeah, there are some examples about you like past states, which can be physical states or maybe mental states or circumstantial, right? Which are no longer true, for example. Which is different from, in this case, repeated actions. Actions and states are kind of different because normally there are a group of stated verbs that we call it, or verbos de estado, like be, for example, or like, which are kind of, in this case, how can I say, kind of permanent, like, entre comillas, permanent, but it doesn't mean that they cannot change, right? But they are, in this case, stative o verbos de estado porque y tienen una, una extensión en el tiempo que es más o menos larga. En cambio, repeated actions, normally an action is, you know, kind of a short event, all right? Like used to go dancing, no es que todo el día cada rato estés bailando. Used to go dancing every weekend unless you are a dancer. Or I used to dream about becoming a football player, ¿cierto? Maybe you used to dream about this, like, I don't know, two times a week. Pero cuando usamos be or love or like, cosas por el estilo, son más permanentes. Como que, ¿ya? No significa que no pueda cambiar. What else? Well, this is about used to. About be used to. In this case, is kind of different, you know, really, really different in this case. Be used to, in this case, explains or describes a situation that is not new or strange, or is no longer new or strange, right? You have experienced it many times. If you go to the explanation here, or the different uses, it's be accustomed to, when something is not strange or difficult anymore. So let's check out the examples. He is used to swimming every day. En this case, no es solía, sino que es como decir, él está acostumbrado a nadar todos los días. Entonces, un estado en que ya está acostumbrado, no está en el proceso de acostumbrarse, tampoco es solía hacerlo, no, está acostumbrado. O sea, it's a present, in this case, state. It's a present state. Otro ejemplo. I am not used to getting up early. O sea, no estoy acostumbrada a levantarme temprano. I am not used to getting up early. Ya cualquier similitud con la vida real es mera coincidencia. Right? Entonces, es un estado actual, es a present state, ¿no? Y es algo que es permanente, entre comillas. Right? I'm gonna read the chat. Dice, Derek dice, soy yo. La Monse dice, sí soy, of course. Well, me too. I am in the group too. I wake up early, but I'm not precisely a morning bird. I am a morning monster. Zombie state. Right. And so in this case, more examples. I'm still not used to driving on the left. Oh, and another thing, you know, regarding the form, in this case, like the formulas. Used to, el solía, is always with infinitive. Entonces, used to go, used to be. But when we use, en este caso, be used to, fíjense que esto es be used to plus noun, pronoun, or gerund. ¿Qué quiere decir esto? También se dice be used to plus ing. Fíjense, mira, I'm not still used to driving, con ing. Aquí también, swimming, used to swimming, I'm not used to getting up early. ¿Ya? Siempre con ing, el be used to, para las acciones. Puede ser con pronombre o con sustantivo también. Por ejemplo, at first, it was hard to get up at 6 a.m., but now I am used to it. Entonces, estoy acostumbrado, por decirlo. I am used to it. Así se dice acostumbrado. Be used to. Y ahí está el it, que sería un pronombre, ¿cierto? So be careful with that, porque ahora vamos a hacer ejercicio y a veces uno se confunde porque dice, esto es be used to más verbo infinitivo o be used to más ing, claramente es con ing, right? And get used to is very similar, okay? But it's not exactly the same, like there's a slight difference. So, get used to is used to, está como redundante aquí, pero get used to se usa para expresar that an action or situation becomes less strange or new, or becomes more comfortable. So, aquí hay otra explicación, dice, become accustomed to something or doing something. Muy similar a be used to, pero be used to está consumado el hecho de ya te acostumbraste. So, be used to. And get used to, estás en el proceso de acostumbrarte. Todavía no te has acostumbrado. ¿Ok? Esa es la diferencia. Es la etapa en la que estás para acostumbrarte a algo. For example, staff will have to get used to a new way of working. I couldn't get used to driving on the wrong side of the street. ¿Ok? Como el personal tendrá que acostumbrarse a una nueva forma de trabajo. Yo no pude acostumbrarme a manejar en el lado equivocado de la calle. So, driving on the left, driving on the right. And more examples. I'm still, no, acá. I've just started my new job and I'm still getting used to working night shifts. It might be difficult at first, but you'll get used to driving on the left. You see, it's like it's not a finished process, right? Dice, recién me cambié de trabajo y aún estoy acostumbrándome a trabajar turnos de noche. ¿Te fijas? Aún me estoy acostumbrando. Entonces, no se ha acostumbrado todavía. Acá. Might be difficult at first, but you'll get used to it. Te vas a acostumbrar a manejar por la izquierda. Right? Maybe somebody who comes from Great Britain, I don't know. O yo, no sé dónde más se maneja por la derecha. So, I am in the process of, in this case, getting used to. No llega a ser be used to. Cuando ya se acostumbró es be used to. ¿Ya? Y el used to plus infinitive, esa persona solía hacer algo y ya no lo hace. No lo hace, no lo hizo nunca más. That's the whole difference. So guys, any questions, any comments about the theory in this case, like the explanations? Are they clear? Maybe we need to see more examples. If not, let's practice. Let's go and practice. Actually practicing, in this case, we assimilate better the content. So, here we go. I'm gonna choose. Creo que ya tenía una como abierta por aquí. Hold on. Este de aquí. Ya, vamos este. Okidoki. Dice, choose the best answer to fill the gap in each of the following. There you go. Does it check at the end? Y empecemos. Number one. You can answer in the chat room or with the microphone, whatever you want. All right, when I started to work here, I needed a lot of help. But now all the work on my own. So in this case is, I used to do all the work on my own. I am used to doing all the work, or I get used to doing all the work on my own. Solía hacer todo el trabajo sola. Ahora estoy acostumbrada a hacer todo el trabajo. O I get used to, como me acostumbro. Estoy en el proceso de hacer toda la pega solo. I'm going to be reading the chat in this case. Mateo dice, I'm used to doing. I am used to doing all the work. Interesting. Nicole dice, I'm used to doing. And Caroline dice, I'm used to doing. All right. So if you guys agree, I'm going to click on this one. And then we're going to check at the end. We check it, right? Number 2. He, now our context of it. He several books a month, but he doesn't have time anymore. He was used to reading several books a month. He used to read several books a month. He got used to reading several books a month, but he doesn't have time anymore. Caroline dice la one. He was used to reading several books a month, but he doesn't have time anymore. All right. Do you guys agree with Caroline? Any other opinions? Paula dice second. He used to read several books a month, but he doesn't have time anymore. Okay. Monse dice es la two. Okay. Daniela Pardo dice used to read. He used to read several books a month. All right. Mario dice verdad. Jijiji. No están en orden con el power. It's okay, man. Don't worry. All right. I think ya, entonces used to read la más votada fue number 2. Entonces vamos a marcar esa y we check at the end. All right, number 3 dice we were surprised to see her driving. We were surprised to see her driving. We were surprised to see her driving. Estábamos sorprendidos, sorprendidas. Okay. She didn't used to drive when we first met her. She got used to driving when we first met her. She was used to driving when we first met her. Creo que we were surprised is the key in this case. Voy a poner el cargador que se está apagando el PC. Monse dice one. Ahí le puse el cargador. Ya, Fran dice one. Daniela Pardo dice la one. Monse dice didn't used to drive. We were surprised to see her driving. She didn't used to drive when we first met her. Right? Como, oh, estábamos sorprendidos. Ella no solía manejar, dice la 1, when we first met her. Okay, if you agree, guys, I just click on the first one. All right, number 4. Don't worry. It's a simple program to use. You eat in no time, I'm sure. The options are, don't worry, it's a simple program to use. You are used to eat in no time, I'm sure. You will get used to it in no time, I'm sure. You used to use it in no time, I'm sure. Monse dice 2. Caroline dice 2. Sería you will get used to it in no time, I'm sure. Come on, not to be easy sencillo este programa dice. You will get used to it in no time, I'm sure. Okay, you guys, Daniela dice la 2. Bueno, creo que ya lo había dicho. You guys agree, like the rest of the class? If you agree, I'm just gonna click on the second one. All right, number 5. When I had to commute to work every day, commute, I don't know if you know the meaning of commute, but it's pretty much like el trayecto, you know, going, bueno, en pandemia no hay para un lado, pero it's like going to work and then coming back home, or going to the university and coming back home. That's the commute. El trayecto de vuelta a un lugar. Every day. Actually, I miss it now. I used to commute every day to the universities, and now it's todo con escuelita online. My goodness. All right. So when I had to commute to work every day, I used to get up very early, or I used to getting up very early. What do you think, guys? Is it number one or number two? Used to get up very early, or I used to getting up very early? What do the people say? Any ideas? Nothing. Mateo dice used to getting up. La uno dice Daniela. Number one dice Montserrat. Mateo dice I'm not sure. I think this is a matter of the formula, the form. Era, en este caso era used to plus infinitive, and be used to and get used to plus ing. Eso es como lo que uno tiene que como recordar. Cuando uno se aprende eso, pues uno aplica la fórmula nomás. Bueno, cuando funciona así, digamos, algunas personas son deductivas y otras son inductivas. Entonces, las dos también, las dos formas de recordar algo. Daniela dice entonces la 1. Fran dice la 1, ¿cierto? Aplicando la fórmula. Okay. So when I had to commute to work every day, I used to get up very early. Okay. Like number one was the most voted. 6. I'm afraid I'll never in this place. I simply don't like it and I never will. I never will. I'm afraid I'll never get used to living in this place. I'm afraid I'll never used to live in this place. I'm afraid I'll never got used to living in this place. Okay, I got it. What do you guys say? Oh, what do you guys say? Monse dice la 1, Daniela dice la primera. Yo cacho. Remember the form. Remember the form. Dice, I'm afraid I'll never. Con la 1, a ver, ¿cómo queda con la 1? Dice, I'm afraid I'll never get used to living in this place. Hablando del futuro. Hablando del futuro, ¿cierto? Me temo que nunca, dice, a este lugar. Nunca me voy a acostumbrar, debería decir una cosa así, para que suene bien. Nunca me voy a acostumbrar. No podría ser, nunca me voy a acostumbrar, nunca me voy a solía. No se puede. Siempre tienen, digamos, en este caso, cuando está el will, como en I'll, el siguiente verbo tiene que ser en infinitivo, ¿cierto? Y no puede ser en pasado. Y hay que seguir la regla del be used to, get used to. Si es que van a usar el get, porque siempre es get used to plus ing. Entonces hay que considerar todo eso. En base a eso, hacer la elección. Entonces voy a ver los más votados. Dice number 2, dice la Caroline. Sería I'm afraid I'll never used to live in this place. La Monse dice la 1, que es I'm afraid I'll never get used to living in this place. Y la Daniela dijo la primera. ¿Pero qué dice el público? ¿Number 1 o number 2? Como que nadie pescó la 3. Paula dice number 1. Ok. Nicole dice number 1. La Monse dice tiki tiki tiki, number 1. Entonces, ok, let's click on number 1. We'll check at the end, remember. All right, 7 dice. Oh, qué rápido el Mateo. Me imagino, Mateo, que el del anterior, de las 6. Whenever we came to Coventry, dice, whenever we came to Coventry, we always, okay, we always, y las opciones son, got used to staying in the Central Hotel, we loved it, or we always used to stay in the Central Hotel, we loved it. Ah, ya, sí, por la anterior era Mateo, ya, good. En la bola dice, esta es la 2. Ajá, ajá, ajá. All right. All right. La 7 es como cada vez que veníamos a Coventry, we always, si es la 2, used to stay in the Central Hotel. We loved it. Sí, es la 2, dice la Monse. All right. Do you agree, guys, in general? Anybody has a different opinion? Nicole dice yes. All right, so let's click on the second one in this case. We always used to stay in the Central Hotel. All right. Number 8, dice, when Pete Smith was the head of our office, everything well organized. Daniel, sigo pensando en la anterior. Se la dejo ahí para que siga pensando. Got used to staying, yeah. Number 8 sería entonces, dice, everything a las 6. Ah, ya, esa era la opción, mira. Get used to living, used to live, got used to live. Okay, number 8 dice, everything got used to be well organized. Everything used to be well organized. Everything was used to being well organized. Hay que considerar siempre dos cosas. La estructura, que es la forma, pero la estructura, la fórmula no te da, claro, te dice esta palabra va con esta, pero no te da, digamos, la información a nivel pragmático, a nivel de uso social, ¿cachai? Porque está a otro nivel, está el nivel de la morfosintaxis, ¿cierto? La forma con el orden de las palabras, pero el siguiente nivel lingüístico es el pragmático, y eso tiene que ver con cómo yo lo uso en una situación, en una función comunicativa, ¿cachai? Cómo lo uso con otras personas. Entonces ahí prima mucho, digamos, el contexto y es como el instinto, así como me suena bien, pero no lo he escuchado antes. Y ahí cuando uno empieza a ese nivel pragmático, uno como que empieza a sacar esas conclusiones. ¿Ya? Can you give me 1 second? Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna answer a phone call and I'll be back. No, it was not my mom. Eran de Claro. Casi le chuntaste a Daniela. Eran de Claro. Les dije, vayas al carajo, porque ya cambié el servicio. Dice, oh, muchas gracias. Ya lo cambié y así ya me da puro jugo, ¿no? Claro. All right. No es chiste, creo que era de otro país. Buena voz. Tan acertado tan acertadas las tallas. Entonces dice, our office, everything That was the head of our office. Everything got used to be well organized. Everything used to be well organized. Everything was used to being well organized. Entonces decíamos la tres, decía la Monse, everything was used to being well organized. La tres sí dice la Monse. Okay, anybody, any opinions about this? Like, do you guys agree? As when Smith was the head of our office, everything was used to being well organized. La otra opción sería everything used to be well organized, or everything got used to be well organized. Now it's total chaos here. Paula dice, I think it's the second. Mateo dice, used to be. Dani Navarro dice, la two. Interesting. Creo que la más votada es la 2, ¿o no? Sí, la más votada es, the most voted is number 2. I'm gonna keep it there. And number 9 dice, Mr. Lazy. ¿Qué será Mr. Lazy? Was shocked when he joined a busy company because he wasn't used to doing much work every day. Or he joined our busy company because he didn't used to doing much work every day. Monse dice 1. He wasn't used to doing much work, or he didn't used to doing much work. What do you say, guys? Do you agree with Monse? Recuerden que si está buena, la Monse lo dijo primero. He wasn't used to doing much work every day, or he didn't used to doing much work every day. So remember the rules, I mean the form, the formula. He didn't used to doing, remember that it used to, aun cuando sea en negación, ¿cierto? O en pregunta, used to siempre va a ir con infinitive. Cuando agrego el factor be used to o get used to, siempre va con ing, right? Entonces, por eso que aquí, he wasn't used to doing, es básicamente la conjugación del be used to. He didn't used to doing, es básicamente el used to plus infinitive. Y acá sería la primera sería el be used to plus ing. Es de que coger que, which structure is the right. Daniela dijo, es la 1 entonces, jiji. All right. You guys agree in general? We're going to click on the first one porque ya nos queda un minuto. Entonces terminamos con la 10, hacemos el check y después pueden retirar les mando el título en PDF por Ucampus. Number 10 dice, at first, the employees didn't like the new open space office. Yeah, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Me acordé la canción de Linkin Park. Entonces, in the end, they get used to it. They got used to it. They are used to it. But in the end, they get used to it. They got used to it. They are used to it. Está hablando del pasado en todo eso. First, the employees didn't like the new open space office, but in the end, they get used to it. They got used to it. They are used to it. Everything is in the past in this case. That's for sure. I got it anyway. I got the right option. So what do you say? Number 1, 2, or 3? Ese era otro factor. Había que fijarse en el tense. Present, past, or future. Tiene mucho que ver eso. Montserrat dice, se la jugó por la 2. Right. Daniela dice, la 2. Caroline dice, 2. Fran dice, 2. All right, we got a consensus here. We got consensus, so they got used to it. Y vamos a poner el final check. Redoble de tambores. Y voy a preparar, de hecho, el ambiente porque vamos a poner un round of applause, dependiendo cómo les haya. A ver, ¿dónde está el round of applause? Round of applause. Here. Yeah, but not yet. Entonces, check. Oh, your score is 10 from a possible 10. 100%. Vas a retirar. No, de hecho, por como estamos en fase 1, la mayoría les mando el PDF nomás y, ¿cierto? Su licenciatura en... Quiero mis aplausos. Of course. Ahí va. There you go. Oh, yeah. Well, good job, guys. Yoo-hoo. All right, good job. So, nice work. Nice work. Thank you for coming today to a new session. Have a nice weekend. See you next week. Voy a estar ahí revisando sus for and against essays. And that's it. See you later, alligator. Bye bye. Take care. Cuídense mucho, por favor. Sayonara. Chabela chaucha. Voy a revisar los correos. Mateo, voy a revisarlo. No lo he revisado, pero lo voy a echar un looking. Bye bye.
Gracias, profe. Chao.
Bye bye.